WWE might be running it back again with Jey Uso. And honestly, if you look at everything happening right now in the King of the Ring tournament, it feels like WWE is quietly setting the stage for another massive Jey Uso push. A push that could end with him winning King of the Ring, challenging Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, and maybe even becoming undisputed WWE champion. But at the same time, this year's King of the Ring has become complete chaos. Nobody seems to know exactly where this tournament is heading, multiple outcomes are possible, and almost every remaining superstar has a storyline that could dramatically change the direction of WWE heading into SummerSlam. So in this video, let's break down why Jey Uso might win King of the Ring, why he could be a genuine threat to Cody Rhodes, and why this tournament has become one of the most unpredictable King of the Rings in recent memory. But before we get into it, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more WWE news and analysis. Right now, the first round is officially over and the semifinals are set. On one side of the bracket, Oba Femi will face Dominic Mysterio on Raw. On the other side, Jey Uso will battle Kevin Owens on SmackDown. The winners of those matches will advance to Night of Champions, where they will compete in the King of the Ring finals. And the winner of the entire tournament earns a World Championship match at SummerSlam. That alone makes every remaining match extremely important. But here's where things start getting interesting. If we look at the 4 remaining competitors, not everybody feels equally likely to win. Let's start with Kevin Owens. Kevin has had a fantastic rise, and WWE clearly sees something special in him. The crowd likes him, he's athletic, exciting, and he has a bright future. But if we're talking about SummerSlam, WWE's second biggest show of the year, it's hard to imagine him headlining a world title program right now. A match like Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens sounds interesting from a developmental perspective, but it doesn't feel like a major SummerSlam level championship feud. The same problem exists if Kevin Owens ends up challenging Roman Reigns. While Kevin has enormous potential, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens doesn't quite feel like a SummerSlam level world title program just yet. That's why Jey Uso immediately becomes the favorite in that semifinal. Jey is already established. He's a former world champion. He's one of WWE's biggest merchandise sellers. The crowd still reacts to him. And unlike Kevin, he already feels like a believable SummerSlam main event player. So if WWE is looking for the biggest match possible coming out of that semifinal, Jey Uso winning makes the most sense. Now let's switch to the other side of the bracket. Oba Femi versus Dominic Mysterio. On paper, Oba Femi should absolutely be the favorite. He's arguably one of the fastest rising stars in WWE right now. Oba feels like a future world champion. He feels like a future WrestleMania main eventer, and under normal circumstances, many fans would probably pick him to reach the finals. The problem? Brock Lesnar. Because Brock's involvement changes everything. If Lesnar decides to show up on Raw and cost Oba Femi his semifinal match, suddenly Dominic Mysterio advances. And while Dominic is one of the most entertaining stars in WWE, it's difficult to imagine WWE positioning him for a world title match at SummerSlam right now, which again gives Jey Uso a huge advantage. Whether it's Kevin Owens or Dominic Mysterio, Jey feels like the safer and more established option. The only person who truly feels like a serious threat to Jey winning the tournament is Oba Femi. And even Oba's path is complicated because of Brock Lesnar. That's why so many fans are starting to believe Jey Uso might actually win King of the Ring. But let's go one step further. What happens if Jey wins? Because that's where things become really fascinating. If Jey Uso wins King of the Ring, he'll earn a championship match at SummerSlam. And based on current direction, that could mean a match against Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. Now on paper, a lot of fans are immediately going to reject this idea. Many people still remember Jey's previous world title run and how mixed the reactions were. Others believe there are more deserving challengers waiting in line. And honestly, that's a fair argument because Cody's title scene is already incredibly crowded. Gunther is involved. Sami Zayn is involved. Randy Orton still feels like a future challenger. CM Punk continues to be rumored around the title picture. There are a lot of moving parts. But despite all that, there are several reasons why WWE could still go with Jey. The first reason is Roman Reigns. Roman has already called for Jey Uso to bring the championship back to the family. That single detail is important because WWE rarely plants seeds like that without a reason. If Jey wins King of the Ring and challenges Cody Rhodes, the bloodline story immediately becomes relevant again. And we all know WWE loves returning to the bloodline when they need a major storyline. The second reason is unpredictability. One of the biggest criticisms fans have today is that championship matches often feel too predictable. Many fans believe they already know who is going to win before the match even starts. A Jey Uso victory would instantly change that feeling, not because everybody wants it, not because everybody agrees with it, but because it would be unexpected. And sometimes WWE values unpredictability just as much as fan approval. Another factor answer is Cody Rhodes himself. Let's be honest, Cody has held the championship for a long time. If WWE wanted to temporarily move the title off him while keeping him protected, Jey could be a useful option. It wouldn't necessarily require a year-long reign. It wouldn't even require a 6-month reign. Jey could win, create a major moment, and Cody could eventually regain the championship later. That scenario would allow WWE to freshen up the title picture without completely changing their long-term plans. But there's still one major obstacle. Cody's championship future is extremely crowded. There are simply too many possible directions. Maybe WWE wants Cody versus Randy Orton. Maybe they want Cody versus CM Punk. Maybe they want Cody versus Sami Zayn. Maybe they want Cody versus Roman Reigns. Every one of those matches feels realistic, and that's why this entire tournament feels so unpredictable, because even if Jey appears to be the favorite, there are countless variables that could change everything. And here's the wildest possibility of them all. What if Jey Uso wins King of the Ring and ends up challenging Roman Reigns instead? Suddenly, the entire Bloodline story explodes into chaos. Roman is already dealing with Jacob Fatu. He's coming after Solo Sikoa. Family tensions are already building. Now imagine Jey Uso entering the picture as a championship challenger. The Bloodline would immediately become the center of WWE once again, and that's why this tournament feels impossible to predict. Every path leads to a completely different WWE landscape. Jey winning changes the title picture. Oba winning accelerates the rise of WWE's next monster star. Dominic winning creates one of the biggest underdog stories imaginable, and even Jevin Evans would represent a massive gamble on the future. That's what makes this King of the Ring so fascinating. For once, it genuinely feels like multiple outcomes are possible. And just in case, if Oba Femi ends up winning the King of the Ring tournament, things become even more complicated. That's because Oba is already on a collision course with Brock Lesnar, and many fans expect that rivalry to continue all the way to SummerSlam. However, WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray recently pitched a very interesting idea. According to Bully Ray, Oba should win King of the Ring and then face Brock Lesnar on night 1 of SummerSlam, defeating him and potentially retiring the Beast Incarnate. But that's not where the story ends. Bully Ray believes Oba could then return on night 2 and challenge Roman Reigns for the World Championship. Just imagine the impact of that, defeating Brock Lesnar on one night, ending his legendary career, and then dethroning Roman Reigns less than 24 hours later. That would instantly make Oba Femi one of the biggest stars WWE has ever created in the modern era. It's an extremely ambitious scenario, but if WWE truly sees Oba as their next megastar, this might be the fastest possible way to establish him at the very top of the industry. So now the question goes to you. Do you think Jey Uso deserves to win King of the Ring? Do you want to see Jey Uso challenge Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam? And if Jey actually wins the championship, would that be the right decision for WWE? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.